5 world's most delicious dishes. Following the 10 world's most delicious food in the judgment of one popular blogger on YouTube. Have you tried many dishes were then? 1. Rendang. Rendang is a dish popular in Indonesia. It is made from beef, sometimes also variations from the liver, chicken, goat or other meats. Rendang is cooked in coconut milk and spices until the water runs dry. We can say, rendang is one of the most delicious food and nutrition world. Rendang is a spicy meat dish which originated from the Minangkabau ethnic group of Indonesia, and is now commonly served across the country. One of the characteristic foods of Minangkabau culture, it is served at ceremonial occasions and to honor guests. Rendang is also served among the Malay community in Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, and southern Philippines. Rendang is traditionally prepared by the Minangkabau community during festive occasions such as traditional ceremonies, wedding feasts and Hari Raya, Eid al-Fitr. Culinary experts often describe rendang as West Sumatran caramelized beef curry. In 2011, an online poll of 35,000 people by CNN International chose rendang as the #1 dish of their world's 50 most delicious foods. Readers pick list. Composition and cooking method. The cooking technique flourished because of its role in preserving meat in a tropical climate. Prior to refrigeration technology, this style of cooking enabled preservation of the large amount of meat. Rendang is rich in spices. Along with the main meat ingredient, rendang uses coconut milk, Minangkabau, kaurambia, and a paste of mixed ground spices, including ginger, galangal, turmeric leaves, lemongrass, garlic, shallots, chilies, and other spices. This spice mixture is called pemis in Minangkabau. The spices, garlic, shallot, ginger, and galangal used in rendang have antimicrobial properties and serve as natural organic preservatives. If cooked properly, dry rendang can last for as long as 4 weeks. Traditionally, the term rendang in Minangkabau language does not refer to a certain type of dish. The verb rendang actually refers to a method of slow cooking, continuously churning the ingredients in a pot or frying pan, on a small fire, until all of the liquids evaporate and the meat is well done. Traditional padang rendang takes hours to cook. Cooking rendang involves pounding and grinding ingredients as well as slow cooking, and so is time-consuming and requires patience. The meat pieces are slowly cooked in coconut milk and spices until almost all the liquid is gone, allowing the meat to absorb the condiments. The cooking process changes from boiling to frying as the liquid evaporates. The slow cooking process allows the meat to absorb all the spices and become tender. To cook the meat until tender with almost all the liquid evaporated requires great care, if the meat is not to be burnt or spoiled. Because of its generous use of numerous spices, rendang is known for having a complex and unique taste. Rendang is often served with steamed rice, ketupat, a compressed rice cake, or lemang, glutinous rice cooked in bamboo tubes, accompanied with vegetable side dishes such as boiled cassava leaf, cubadak, young jackfruit gulai, cabbage gulai and lado, red or green chili pepper sambal. 2. Pizza. Speaking to the boot-shaped country, we cannot fail to mention pizza. This is one of the most typical dishes of Italy and is now popular worldwide. Pizza is a flatbread generally topped with tomato sauce and cheese and baked in an oven. It is commonly topped with a selection of meats, vegetables and condiments. The term was first recorded in the 10th century, in a Latin manuscript from Gaeta in central Italy. The modern pizza was invented in Naples, Italy, and the dish and its variants have since become popular and common in many areas of the world. In 2009, upon Italy's request, Neapolitan pizza was safeguarded in the European Union as a traditional specialty guaranteed dish. The Associazione Verace Pizza Napoletana, the True Neapolitan Pizza Association, is a non-profit organization founded in 1984 with headquarters in Naples. It promotes and protects the true Neapolitan pizza. Pizza is sold fresh or frozen, either whole or in portions, and is a common fast food item in Europe and North America. Various types of ovens are used to cook them and many varieties exist. Several similar dishes are prepared from ingredients commonly used in pizza preparation, such as calzone and stromboli. Three. Sushi. Sushi can be regarded as the highest symbol of Japanese cuisine. This is a dish made from rice mixed with vinegar, combined with other materials, mainly seafood. Sushi has many different types and in every locality has a personal touch. It is this giving traditional dishes richness and diversity. Sushi is a type of food preparation originating in Japan, consisting of cooked vinegared rice, sushi meshi, combined with other ingredients, nata, such as seafood, meat, vegetables and sometimes tropical fruits. Ingredients and forms of sushi presentation vary widely, but the ingredient which all sushi have in common is rice, also referred to as shari or sumshi. Although commonly mistaken for sushi, sashimi, which is also a Japanese delicacy, consists of thinly sliced raw meat or fish and may or may not be served with rice. History. The original type of sushi, known today as narazushi, was first made in Southeast Asia. Fish was salted and wrapped in fermented rice, a traditional lacto-fermented rice dish. Narazushi was made of this gutted fish which was stored in fermented rice for months at a time for preservation. The fermentation of the rice prevented the fish from spoiling. The fermented rice was discarded and fish was the only part consumed. This early type of sushi became an important source of protein for the Japanese. The term sushi comes from an antiquated grammatical form no longer used in other contexts, and literally means sour tasting, a reflection of its historic origin as a fermented food. The oldest form of sushi in Japan, narazushi, is still made by wrapping fish in soured fermenting rice, which causes the fish proteins to break down into their constituent amino acids. The fermenting rice and fish have both a sour and an umami taste. Contemporary Japanese sushi has little resemblance to the traditional lacto-fermented rice dish. Originally, when the fermented fish was taken out of the rice, only the fish was consumed while the fermented rice was discarded. The strong-tasting and smelling funazushi, a kind of narazushi made near Lake Biwa in Japan, resembles the traditional fermented dish. Beginning in the Muromachi period, 1336 to 1573, of Japan, vinegar was added to the mixture for better taste and preservation. The vinegar accentuated the rice's sourness and was known to increase its shelf life, allowing the fermentation process to be shortened and eventually abandoned. In the following centuries, sushi in Osaka evolved into oshizushi. The seafood and rice were pressed using wooden, usually bamboo, molds. By the mid-18th century, this form of sushi had reached Edo, contemporary Tokyo. The contemporary version, internationally known as sushi, was created by Hanaya Yohei, 1799 to 1858, at the end of the Edo period in Edo. Sushi invented by Hanaya was an early form of fast food that was not fermented, therefore prepared quickly, and could be conveniently eaten with one's hands. The size of the previous sushi was about 3 times as large as contemporary ones. Originally, this sushi was known as edamizushi because it used freshly caught fish in the Edo Bay or Tokyo Bay.
Though the fish used in modern sushi no longer usually comes from Tokyo Bay, it is still formally known as atami nigirizushi. The Oxford English Dictionary notes the earliest written mention of sushi in English in an 1893 book, A Japanese Interior, where it mentions sushi as a roll of cold rice with fish, seaweed, or some other flavoring. However, there is also mention of sushi in a Japanese English dictionary from 1873, and an 1879 article on Japanese cookery in the journal Notes and Queries. 4. Tom Yum. This soup is eaten hot, stinging, characteristic of Thailand, made with shrimp, mushrooms, assorted herbs, especially kaffir lime leaves, and spices characteristic comes. Tom Yum ranked number 8 in the top 50 for good food and the world's most popular poll by CNN. This is also your dishes not to be missed while in Thailand. Tom Yum, RTGS, Tom Yum, Thai, tom.jam, listen, is a Thai soup, usually cooked with shrimp. Tom Yum is widely served in countries neighboring Thailand, such as Cambodia, Brunei, Malaysia, and Singapore, and has become popular around the world. Literally, the name Tom Yum derives from two Thai words, tom and yam. Tom refers to the boiling process, while yam refers to a Thai spicy and sour salad. Indeed, Tom Yum has distinct hot and sour flavors, with fragrant spices and herbs generously used in the broth. The basic broth comprises stock and fresh ingredients such as lemongrass, kaffir lime leaves, galangal, lime juice, fish sauce, and crushed chili peppers. Commercial manufacturers of Tom Yum paste crush all the herb ingredients and stir-fry them in oil, then add seasoning and other preservative ingredients. The bottled or packaged paste is sold around the world. Tom Yum flavored with the paste may have different characteristics from that made with fresh herb ingredients. The soup often includes meats such as chicken, beef, pork, or shrimp. Some commentators call the 1997 Asian financial crisis, which started in Thailand, the Tom Yum Kung crisis. Type: Tom Yum Goong, Thai, or Tom Yum Kung, the version of the dish most popular among tourists, is made with prawns as the main ingredient. The dish originated during the Rattanakosin Kingdom. Tom Yum Pla, Thai, is a clear fish soup traditionally eaten with rice. It used to be the most widespread form of Tom Yum before mass tourism came to Thailand, for fresh fish is readily available almost everywhere in the region's rivers, canals, and lakes as well as in the sea. Usually fish with firm flesh that doesn't crumble after boiling is preferred for this type of soup. Tom Yum Gai, Thai, or Tom Yum Kai is the chicken version of the soup. Tom Yum Potek, Thai, or Tom Yum Thale, Thai, is a variant of the soup with mixed seafood, like prawns, squid, clams, and pieces of fish. Tom Yum Namkan, Thai, is a more recent variation. Almost always made with prawns as a main ingredient. A little milk or coconut milk is added to the broth as a finishing touch, and then balanced with some toasted dried chilies. This adaptation is not to be confused with Tom Kha Gai, chicken galanga soup, where galanga is the dominant flavor of the coconut milk-based soup. Tom Yum Kung Ma Frao on Namkan, Thai, a version of prawn tom yum with the meat of a young coconut and a dash of coconut milk. Tom Yum Kamu, Thai, made with pork leg. It requires lengthy cooking over a low fire. In the modern popularized versions the soup contains also mushrooms, usually straw mushrooms or oyster mushrooms. The soup is often topped with generous sprinkling of fresh chopped cilantro, coriander leaves. Sometimes Thai chili jam, nam phrak phao, Thai, is added. This gives the soup a bright orange color and makes the chili flavor more pronounced. 5. The Peking duck. Peking duck is a specialty dish from northeast China, especially in Beijing. This dish is typical of the duck skin is thin, brittle, dark yellow color. The duck's stew, most fat will be filmed in high heat, then Tokone restaurant serves meat and skin,
and the bones were brought soup stew. Peking duck is a famous duck dish from Beijing, one that has been prepared since the imperial era. The meat is prized for its thin, crisp skin, with authentic versions of the dish serving mostly the skin and little meat, sliced in front of the diners by the cook. Ducks bred specially for the dish are slaughtered after 65 days and seasoned before being roasted in a closed or hung oven. The meat is eaten with scallion, cucumber and sweet thin sauce with pancakes rolled around the fillings. Sometimes pickled radish is also inside, and other sauces, like hoisin sauce, can be used. History. Duck has been roasted in China since the Southern and Northern dynasties. A variation of roast duck was prepared for the Emperor of China in the Yuan dynasty. The dish, originally named shiazi, was mentioned in the Complete Recipes for Dishes and Beverages manual in 1330 by Hu Sui, an inspector of the imperial kitchen. The Peking roast duck that came to be associated with the term was fully developed during the later Ming dynasty, and by then, Peking duck was one of the main dishes on imperial court menus. The first restaurant specializing in Peking duck, by Ania Fang, was established in the Xianyuku, Qianmen area of Beijing in 1416. By the Qianlong period, 1736 to 1796, of the Qing dynasty, the popularity of Peking duck spread to the upper classes, inspiring poetry from poets and scholars who enjoyed the dish. For instance, one of the verses of Duanzhu's Isi, a collection of Beijing poems, was, "Fill your plates with roast duck and suckling pig." In 1864, the Quanjude, restaurant was established in Beijing. Yang Quanren, the founder of Quanjude, developed the hung oven to roast ducks. With its innovations and efficient management, the restaurant became well known in China, introducing the Peking duck to the rest of the world. By the mid-20th century, Peking duck had become a national symbol of China, favored by tourists and diplomats alike. For example, Henry Kissinger, the Secretary of State of the United States, met Premier Zhou Enlai in the Great Hall of the People on July 10, 1971, during his first, secret, visit to China. After a round of inconclusive talks in the morning, the delegation was served Peking duck for lunch, which became Kissinger's favorite. The Americans and Chinese issued a joint statement the following day, inviting President Richard Nixon to visit China in 1972. Following Zhu's death in 1976, Kissinger paid another visit to Beijing to savor Peking duck. Peking duck, at the Quanjude in particular, has also been a favorite dish for various political leaders ranging from Cuban revolutionary Fidel Castro to former German Chancellor Helmut Kohl. Two notable restaurants in Beijing which serve this dish are Quanjude and by Ania Fang, both centuries-old establishments which have become household names, each with their own style. Quanjude is known for using the hung oven roasting method, while by Ania Fang uses the oldest technique of closed oven roasting.